Yes, you guys, welcome back. I'm Nini FC, this is Blue Lions TV, and in today's News Daily video, I'm going to discuss our potential Juventus double raid for de Ligt and Chiesa, and to end things, I'll be discussing Barcelona's young centre-back Arujo, as we are possibly looking for replacements for Antonio Rudiger. Tons to talk about, tons to break down. And later on there is going to be another News Daily video where I have a little bit of an exclusive surrounding another new name at centre-back to replace Rudiger. So I hope you guys definitely enjoy. Stay tuned today, have those bell notification buttons set. And before I get into anything, today and only today is the final opportunity to take advantage of some great Black Friday sales. Right now on the club's mega store, you can get 20% off the club's selected lines. And as you guys can see on screen right here, there are some great items on sale, from the away kit to the beautiful training gear items as well too. Today could be the best opportunity to take advantage of the sale, so you have your Christmas shopping done early and done quick. All you guys have to do is use the code CFCMW20 at checkout to get 20% off your final order. What are you guys waiting for? I'm here to help you out. All the right information will be below in the description, and without wasting any more time, we kick things off and we turn to Turin. Currently, birds showing strong interest for de Ligt and Chiesa, and with Juventus's current financial strains and situation, this could be the best opportunistic time for the club to make moves to sign two great young players for very affordable prices. Now, one thing that does really combine both these stories today is the fact that both Barca and Juventus are facing some financial stress at this point in time. But to give you guys some further context surrounding Juventus currently Juventus are under investigation from Italian prosecutors, who are investigating documents relating to player transfers and financial accounts. Juventus are a publicly listed company. They are being investigated for false documentations to investors and invoices for non-transfer activity, agent fees, transfer fees, etc, etc. For me, this makes a lot of sense. I think we all were quite puzzled when Juventus did that deal with Barcelona involving Araujo and Pjanic. It didn't make any sense, but you know, with financial fair play in place right now, clubs are finding super creative ways to, show their capital gains on their balance sheets. Sometimes you're not going to do things the right way, sometimes you're going to take things a bit too far, and this investigation is another negative surrounding Juventus. Of course, we absolutely destroy them 4-0 at home in the Champions League. However, their form in Serie A has been pretty poor. They've recently lost 1-0 to Atalanta. They currently find themselves 7th in Serie A, and there are some strong fears suggesting that they may not reach a Champions League spot come the end of the season. If that does happen, considering their financial turmoil at this point in time, Juventus could be forced to sell big name players to help balance the books. And of course, this is where we come into play. Now remember, you guys, when we signed Kai Havertz from Bayer Leverkusen, one of the reasons behind why we could sign Kai for the price that we wanted him for, and not the 100 million that Bayer Leverkusen wanted at the time, was due to the fact that Leverkusen lost out on Champions League football near the end of the season. We're the type of club that sniffs out the blood in advance before we move in for the kill. Many Italian reports are strongly suggesting that our interest in Chiesa is concrete, it is real, it is strong, and they all report that Juventus may be tempted to sell if they receive a great offer for Chiesa. Now currently Chiesa is out with an injury until the end of the new year, which is not going to help Juventus at all, considering that they've lost 5 games in the league already. With news also reporting that Chiesa and Allegri may have fallen out as well, it's currently looking like the stars are aligning for us to make a really good move for Chiesa in the following window. Now going back to Juventus possibly missing out on Champions League football, if that did happen, this could have massive ramifications at the club, where they may be forced to sell even more players to help balance the books, and this is where de Ligt comes into play. He's on a massive contract. They're still looking to pay off the money to Ajax to even finalise and complete his full transfer, and considering that Juventus don't have too many players other than maybe him, Chiesa, Dybala, that big clubs would be interested in to sign for decent big money, obviously they could be forced to have to sell de Ligt, as he's one of a few valuable assets at the club currently. Of course, you guys, there's a ton of ifs and buts, but this is how transfer stories work, and this is how it happens. Clubs have to prepare in advance for anything and for everything, and it's interesting to see that the club are looking at Chiesa and de Ligt, two of the best young players in Serie A right now. So you guys in the comment section, leave your thoughts and opinions. Would you be excited by the possibility of signing Chiesa and de Ligt in a really good double move. Of course, let us know below. And to end things now with the final story, we turn our attention to Spain, where a story that has been doing the rounds over the past few weeks has been in regards to our interest with Barcelona's Uruguayan centre-back in Arujo. Now Arujo, since he's made his name in Barcelona last season after being given the opportunity by Koeman, has gone on to show how much of a good defender he is. And for me, I can't help but draw those parallels between him and Jalaba in the sense that maybe they weren't seen as the guys that were necessarily destined to be that first team material, but when given the opportunity, they've really just highlighted and showed that both youth academies from both clubs do possess. Now we know that Barcelona will have to sell some players to sign new players in the following window, and reports in Spain have been suggesting that we are interested in Arujo for his physical capabilities and of course his good defending as well. With Rudiger's future still in doubt, I mean, of course it's no surprise that we are now turning to the market to find the successor, the replacement for Rudiger in case he does leave. So of course right now you guys, I'm going to now turn to the player analysis segment where I'm going to break down his game and give you guys a bit of an indication behind Arujo, his game, and how he could possibly complement us for next season if signed. Now turning to the reports, they all really focus on his physical capabilities, and you know, I think there's a lot more to the player's game. I'm going to dissect that, I'm going to reveal that to you guys. Of course, you know, he's big, 6'4", very good in the air, of course has some of the highest aerial duel success stats in Spain currently, and of course the guy's a unit and a tank too. But I think one thing that really elevates his game is his defensive IQ. Me personally, I love players where they don't rely on their physicality as their main strength and their main go-to. Instead, it's like a bonus they have. Instead, that's like a last resort they tend to use, because the main thing that Arujo does demonstrate is very high defensive IQ. In that sense, I get a few Christensen vibes, not identical vibes, but just a few vibes in regards to how they like to use their brain when defending. You know, Arujo won't just step out of his line and close someone down. Instead, he likes to revert back into space, drop deeper, and he prefers to find the best position to take on the field in the defensive line instead of being proactive and looking to close down his man. Of course, that can have pros and cons. I think one pro can be is that sometimes he may have a habit at times of playing strikers on sides. However, this can be a key bonus when it comes to defending against the counterattacks. There's a reason why he ranks very high in La Liga when it comes to blocks made. He likes to stay in that defensive line, or he likes to create that numerical advantage with his defensive partner when it comes to outmanning any attacking players. Of course, it makes it harder for them to find spaces in between them, to, you know, stretch them, or to disrupt their defensive line. And I think what tops off this very strong and high defensive IQ is the fact that he's a defender that rarely has to give any fouls away. You know, why force yourself to make a tackle when you can read where your opponent's going to move on the ball, the space he's looking to attack as well. You know, these are very good qualities to have for a defender who's only 22 years old. For me though, the main thing that stops me from falling in love with this link is two things. Number one, he is injury prone. I don't think that's great. And the second main thing is that he's a player that doesn't play those line breaking passes or plays those progressive passes from the back. I mean, you play in Tuchel's system in a back three. Essentially, our defenders in the back kind of act like deep line playmakers. I mean, we see the passes that Rudiger plays, that Thiago Silva plays, the positions that they take further up the field as well too, especially from the wide centre backs too. Arujo is not in that same mold or style. He has the physicality, but if that was something we really cared about, we would have kept Kurt Zouma in the last window. You know, we play a different way now, we need different qualities, and for me, he is a good defender, but stylistically doesn't suit or fit what we need in the team right now, especially when we have someone like a Colville who has that physicality plus the ability to play those line breaking passes from the back. So there you guys have it. That is the first News Daily video out of the way. There is going to be a second one coming out later tonight, and tomorrow morning I'm going to release the preview for the Watford game, so you guys stay tuned and have those bell notification buttons turned on. So on that note, I'm going to wrap things up, keep things moving. I'm Nini FC, this is Blue Lines TV. I'll catch you guys later with some more videos. Cool.